Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
Hi, welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim, and our guest today is Moshe. So Moshe, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us where you live and what you do for a living.
So I'm Moshe Lebowitz. I live in Jerusalem, and I'm the CEO and founder of Healables. We're a sports tech and med tech company that has developed a product that increases performance and recovery in athletes, and we are currently engaged in a fundraising campaign to create a medical version of the product as well to help to reduce inflammation and relieve pain and accelerate healing. So awesome. Lots of cool stuff that we're doing.
So how did you get the idea for this product?
So the backstory for this product is actually I had a traumatic brain injury 15 years ago, and I learned a lot about recovering, especially when the medical establishment isn't so positive about what your options are. Start looking around. And one of the things that I learned was that you need to heal the body and also heal the mind and kind of work together in a synergy. We know from our computers that when your computer is slowing down, it could be the hardware, it could also be the software. You really want to get somebody that knows hardware and software, make sure that both are working. And people are, I guess, like computers, right? So we have our software and we have our hardware, and we want to make sure they're both optimized. So, thank God I made a complete recovery with help of Western medicine and spiritual, emotional coaching and techniques as well. And just have a little bit of damage to my right eyelid. That's why I wear these sunglasses. But really, that was the genesis of Healables, because the techniques that I learned on my own journey that I went through, going to clinics, speaking with different people, different practitioners, these things really helped me, but it took a lot of time, a lot of travel time, and it's not necessarily accessible to people wherever you are. And I was thinking, like, what if we could go and kind of systematize this? We can take some of these techniques and we could miniaturize them down into a product that would be wearable and that people could use at home. That would make it accessible and affordable for people to have a connection with their practitioners in a home setting, and it would just make a lot of these things a lot easier. And that was the genesis of Healables, wearables that heal.
Makes sense. So it's one thing to sit here and have an idea, but it's obviously different to go and execute it. So what did the execution look like for it? Did you work with doctors, or how long did this process take you to actually make this product?
Yeah, so it took a time, because we had to really start from that concept and take it all the way to the market. So that was a 5-year process, and we worked with medical doctors, we worked with physical therapists, athletic trainers, electrical engineers, industrial designers, and we came up with a pretty cool product that has some unique features. So it's a pretty small product. It's comfortable. Like, the product is actually flexible, and our product docks with smart textiles. Here's it's a regular textile. And what we're able to do is to deliver personalized precision electrotherapy to the person through the textile. So that's and that required a team of all these different types of people working together. The engineers are like, it doesn't matter what it looks like, and the PTs are like, it's like, no, that's the design of the product. It's got to be ergonomic. It's got to feel good. It's got to be lightweight. So got to put all these different opinions together and really build a team. And I think the key to that is having employees that are good listeners and being able to foster a culture of listening and interaction. So I think we're pretty proud of we're proud of the way the product came out, and we like the results that we're getting.
No, yeah, I mean, that's awesome. So it's like you mentioned earlier that you're looking to raise money. So are you pre-revenue now? Or what are you looking to do with the money that you're trying to raise?
What we're doing with our campaign is scaling the marketing of the sports product that we have. So that, again, the sports product it's a performance product, can help athletes to perform better, recover faster. If you go to the gym, you have to work out, and you might have to wait a few days before you work out again. But here, we have a baseball pitcher that was able to pitch a full game day after day in a tournament by using our product. So he got back up to full strength, within about 6 to 8 hours just by using the product at the end of the day, and then the next day he was at full strength again. So that's one aspect. Is our ElectroGear sports product for physical therapists to expand the marketing of that, and then also we have on the medical side. There are a lot of use cases that we like to explore. For example, inflammation. In recent years, inflammatory illness has really spiked all over the world. Fibromyalgia, diabetic neuropathy has an inflammatory component, other types of inflammation, even brain inflammation, anxieties, different things related to inflammation of the vagus nerve. And we actually have a clinical trial ready to go with the Shiva Medical Center in Israel for a clinical trial on fibromyalgia. And that's part of what we're raising the funds for, is to be able to go and do that trial and take a product through the FDA and launch the Healables medical product.
Makes sense. So obviously marketing can be challenging, and I'm sure that for you, lots of this, with this product specifically is really giving people information, because this is like, very new. This is like nothing else that's really out there like in the market. So, what is your strategy to really give people more information? Is it, like, are you planning like on running ads, or, having conferences with doctors and physical therapists? Like, really, like, what are you focused on? And even, are you focused on, being bigger here, like in the U.S. market as well?
So I think that what we have really is a very, very unique product, and the real power of the product is the personalization. Okay, so we have a product that it's not just one size fits all. Everything, even if you think pills, right? It's kind of, everybody takes the same pill, right? So, but here with our type of microcurrent electrotherapy, we're able to go and give precision settings for each person. And that's really because we have two-way communication between the product and the back end. So, and a physical therapist, you can even have a physical therapist if you're working with an athlete. They can the athlete could be traveling around, and the physical therapist could be located in his clinic, and he could be checking in and even doing remote sessions. So I think that in terms of marketing, that the key is to focus on that value of comfort, of personalization. And that's what makes us unique. And we're really focusing, I think, on the VIP type of use cases right now, where we can see people that at the top of their game, that they're really making a clear difference between, like the pitcher, between using the product and not using the product, and say, wow, this is not just like, it's not a nice to have. This product becomes a must have once you start using it. And I think that that's really the key.
Makes sense. So what does the buyer journey mean? Because somebody has to go on the website and, custom order to get it, prescribed from a physical therapist. Like what does that look like?
So right now, our key customers really are physical therapists. And so it's really a B2B product at this stage of the game. That's the version that we're really promoting. And right now we can get it directly from our electrogear.com website. And we are hopefully in the near future, we're right now in discussions with a number of distribution companies that in the sports field. And I think that they'll be taking it on soon as a distributor, and physical therapists will be able to get it from those companies.
Makes sense. So what is the biggest challenge that you're facing right now in the business?
Well, I mean, if you asked me that 2 weeks ago, I'd have a different answer. I mean, right now, we are looking at the U.S. market, but our R&D innovation center is based in Israel and right now the country is being mobilized going to war. So our biggest challenge as of right now is running a startup country that has just been mobilized. I have a number of employees out on the front lines, and that's that's a challenge, how to adjust to this type of situation to keep things moving and stable when And it's interesting, one of our guys, he actually brought the product with him. He's we have a guy who's former professional athlete, and he's also a nurse and also a special forces soldier. He just took the product with him, and now he's using it on the front lines with himself and his other soldiers to be able to just keep their bodies in optimal shape, while they're sitting defending the country. So that's definitely one challenge. And other challenges are, I think, it's scaling the product because our product is really unique. That we have a software component, we have an electronics component, and a textile component. It's three different types of manufacturing processes that scale and are supported in different ways. Now, we did that on purpose to offload all the complexity from the user. So the user just has to go and you just go to your smartphone, you press a button, and you go. So, and all the complexity is in the engineering and on the back end. But when you want to scale electronics and scale textiles, they scale in different ways, and that's part of what the crowdfunding is for, is so that we can go and start producing the products at the points where the manufacturing costs begin to drop.
Makes sense. So, what does scalability look like for you? Because obviously, you're trying to reach like a certain revenue number. Like, are you looking to get like $1 million a year or 2 million? Like, really, I guess, like, where are you now, and really, what is your goal within 1 year from now?
Well, I mean, we're right now working with distribution companies. So, we're looking at initial purchase orders in the $600,000 to $1 million range as just for initial stock. So I think that in terms of sales numbers, as we expand to different regions, that those are the types of numbers in terms of purchase orders that we're looking to expand. And in terms of scalability, we just want to be able to go and make sure that we're manufacturing enough textiles in the right sizes to be able to go and figure out how to warehouse the different sizes correctly, so we can have our device dock with the textile, so every person is able to go and get the right size that's right for them. So that's so the way we have it developed is that the electronic product is the same, but then the textiles are all individualized.
Makes sense. So, obviously now in 2023 that many companies are looking for the best use case for AI. So, is AI being used in your business? And if not, like, what are some of the use cases you could see for AI in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we developed the product for artificial intelligence from the very beginning, because with electrotherapy, there's literally millions of different settings that you can get. And what artificial intelligence is able to do is we're able to treat the person, and look at the different physiological settings. How is their body responding? And then we can adjust the settings on the fly. And that's where, the data goes to the back end. And that's where we have the AI layer that's going to be ready to go, that's going to be able to go and analyze that. So what happens is that as any individual uses the product more, and as we begin to expand in our market penetration, our product actually gets better, because we're seeing how individuals and how big data are responding to the product. And then we're able to go and optimize the treatments so we can have more effective treatments in shorter time periods.
Awesome. So, if we're going to chat again in 1 year from now, where do you see things going for the company?
Well, I think that we're going to have really a whole bunch of professional athletes and sports teams that are going to be using this product. Probably the ones that will be winning, being at the top of their leagues, will probably be in some part because they're using our product. So if you're into sports betting, that might be a little bit of you can figure out who's using our product. You might get ahead there on the sports betting. But I think also more importantly than just the athlete segments, which is an important segment. But I think that, in the US right now, we're still suffering from the opioid crisis. And we have, we've had in the past literally hundreds of thousands of deaths from opioid misuse. And then you have really millions of people that are challenged from chronic pain. And that's really the place that we really would like to get into, because this product, it's not only going to be the sports product that can help you with performance and recovery, but when we're able to come out with the medical product line, then that's a product that will be able to go and take you from being on disability to getting you back working in a functional job, and really a life-changing type of product that will be able to go and manage pain. That's our hope, without the side effects of medications. So that's really, I think it's an important mission that we've accepted for ourselves, is to get people back on their feet. And I hope that a year from now, we'll be after this fibromyalgia study as a start, on the way to FDA certification and reimbursement, so people will be able to go and get our Healables medical product into their homes to be able to get back on their feet.
Amazing. So, like, are you having conversations now with different sports teams, or just more of like something that you're planning on doing like in the next year?
Yeah, no, we're having conversations right now with different sports teams, and we've signed some documentation with sports teams that includes not mentioning who they are at the present time, but they are sports teams that are known throughout the entire world. So we have some pretty big ones. You have to put. I grew up in the Baltimore, Washington area. So I used to be from Dallas. I understand. So it's like you have to kind of put your personal fanboy type of leanings aside when you're in business, and you use
Right.
the sport. You work with the sports teams that have good athletic trainers that are into innovation and want to are excited about the product. Even if when you were a kid, I wasn't exactly a fan of the Cowboys, but you work with the teams that have the progressive innovation departments that want to bring in the new products to get their athletes at the top of their game.
No, 100%. I mean, like, I'm originally from Chicago, so my teams
Okay.
are definitely not at the top because they're always injured and stuff. What would you say is like the one biggest piece?
You did beat Washington this
That's
past
true. Yeah.
week.
Yeah. First one of the season. Yeah. Like, what would you say is the one biggest piece of advice that you wish you knew before you started this company?
That's a great question. I think that I wish I would have known the importance of managing emotional stress and mental health and becoming a spokesperson. I love the science. My father's a scientist. I love the engineering. I love the product development. I have a background in product management. But I think that when you become a founder and start a company, then it's not enough just to develop the product. You have to also become the champion of the product and the face of the company and the spokesperson. You have to get comfortable not just behind the camera but in front of the camera, and then you also have to manage your own emotions and your fears. And okay, what's your runway? What are the sales? Do we put the money into marketing? Do we put the money into product development? And you have your logical questions, but then you also have the whole emotional layer about how are you feeling, and it can be really scary being a founder. And I think that you have to really allocate more resources to management of emotional stress than you may have realized, because if you want to make good decisions from your mind instead of from anxiety, you got to be focused. So I think that would have been helpful to know beforehand. On the other hand, maybe if I would have known it beforehand, I wouldn't have jumped in. So sometimes it's good to not know, because this mission is so important, because I know we'll be able to help so many millions of people that I'm glad I'm doing this. And maybe if I would have been too scared, I would have not tried. So I'm glad I'm in it. And I think that when you're doing that, then whether you're hit from surprises or challenges or even a war, I think that when you're on a mission, that's it's bigger than just the finance. Not anybody that's in the startup just to try to exit with $1 billion. That's not enough of a motivation, really, because it's not worth the emotional stress. You got it. But when you know that you can put a smile on someone's face, when you know that you can help someone, get them back to work, when you know that get them out of brain fog and get them to think clearly, when that's something that motivates me, and I think motivates a lot of founders to just keep going.
No, 100%. I mean, I feel like it's a very common trend that we hear on this podcast. It's never this like straight line. It's always ups and downs, lots of challenges. It's like, and I feel like I always say this, like, there's really not, like a lot of failed entrepreneurs who just give up. So if you really, like, are persistent, like, and you push through like those challenges, most people are very successful. So if somebody watching this wanted to reach out to you, do you mind sharing your company website or social media handle, just best way for somebody watching to get in contact with you?
Yeah, I think healables.com. That's healables.com. And we have all the information there. It's healables, wearables that heal. It's the best way to reach out to us. And I think that if you're thinking about starting something, my advice is go ahead and start, because what I know for myself, what I learned, and my ability to grow as a person through doing what I'm doing has came through the challenge and solving all these challenges. Like diamonds, you get it's coal that kind of get crushed and you become a diamond. So So I think that people that are thinking about it, jump in there. If you have an idea, go do it, because really only good is going to come out of it. And whether or not ultimately, your company ends up succeeding financially or not, you're going to have a lot of life lessons, and you're going to be enriched. You're going to learn a lot. And if you don't succeed on the first time, you'll succeed on the second time. But I'm happy for Healables that we've brought the product from concept to market, and we've really succeeded in helping a lot of people to have life-changing experiences. So that's it's very rewarding. It's really, when you see people walking out of a treatment room and like literally walking when they were like limping in. I mean, it's really amazing. And get the team together. Get people that are good listeners, good at working together, and build that cohesive team, and you'll be successful.
Awesome. Well, that's amazing and really good advice. And we're rooting for you. So I just want to say thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure chatting with you, and hopefully that we can chat again in the future because your company keeps growing and scaling.
Okay. Look forward to it. Thanks
Awesome.
so much.
Thanks, Moshe.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Bye.